I'm Mint Salad and I saw G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra. It is directed by Steven Sommers. My previous exposure to the series is I never play with the toys, but I've heard a lot about it and it's very explosive. So if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. The movie starts with a lot of explosions. It's pretty much the entire movie is just explosion, exposition, explosion, exposition. And this movie, immediately I'm just thinking, oh, I'm not supposed to be taking this seriously. So of course, you got the Joes, they're being chased by some bad dudes, which is not good. Being chased by dudes is never okay. Of course, me being Scarlet Salad, I get chased by a lot of bad dudes. I'm in the movie right now. So there's also Scarlet. She's cute. She has this cool invisible cloak, which is fascinating because I can't see it when it's invisible or not. It's always invisible to me. We're also following these Joes. One of the Joes is like, hey, we gotta go and infiltrate this building, right? Okay. Hey, my good old pal Rex, how about you go in that building right there? And you know what he does? He goes into the building. Even this Joe is like, yeah, you have 5 minutes because I called an airstrike. It's gonna be here in like 5 minutes. You got 4 minutes. And the airstrike comes early. Don't you hate it when that happens? When you call in an airstrike and it just is too early. Man, I keep having the problem with in movies where everyone just comes too early and it causes a lot of problems. I mean, come on. Why? Why do you guys have to come early? But anyway, the airstrike occurs and it's very sad. We have Anna and Kyle. Anna is the sister of Rex, and Kyle wants to marry Anna, but Anna is like, hey, you must bring Rex home in order for me to be in love with you. And of course, Kyle fails, which is the saddest thing ever. I'm like, oh, there's actually some sort of emotion in this movie. Who knew? But then more explosions, more bad guy plot. I like all the bad guys. They're cool. There's this one bad guy who's in all white, which is pretty epic. He seems to be like a really cool ninja dude, and I like him. He seems to be in direct contrast with Snake Eyes, which is wearing all black. Snake Eyes, so cool. Coolest guy ever. I'm a big fan of him just doing all the kickiness, doing all the floppiness. I like how he's doing all of that. He has so much skill and he doesn't speak. That's like the best part. I love it when he doesn't speak, but instead you have to be intimidated by his actions. I swear. Now that Rex is dead, it's time for these warheads. These warheads got captured, and now the Joes are responsible for bringing the warheads back. But uh-oh, the warheads got activated. And it's really sad to see the warheads get activated. And then the white guy, the white suit guy, man, I forgot his name, but his visual style is so iconic that he's just like easy to remember. So this guy, he's like, oh, I'm gonna shoot this warhead in Paris, right? And he actually does. He does succeed. The Joes lose. They lose. Oh my goodness. You got the entire Eiffel Tower just is being eaten by these nanobots. By the way, these nanobots can eat through metal and is very disastrous. It's basically a war weapon. Yes, it's a war weapon supposed to be used to target tanks, but instead these war weapons are being used to target in civilizations. And you only need to do a little bit of the metal eating and you can just turn it off because the entire Eiffel Tower just falls down. It really falls down and it kills a bunch of people. And I'm just thinking, man, all these people are dead. Where did they go? Do they go to pedestrian heaven, G.I. Joe heaven? I guess these are pedestrians. Where did they go? Please let me know in the comments below. But now we have the Joes are like, whoa, these warheads, not good. Also, they have Duke. I didn't mention Duke before, but Duke is the main character. He's a really cool guy. He's really chill. And he's like, oh no, I got captured captured. Uh-oh. Instead, we're gonna go to the Arctic. I'm going to turn on the tracking devices for the warheads. And so the Joes are able to save me. And I'm like, hey, that is pretty clever. I like how all the explosions occur between each and every plot point, which is fine. Now the Joes are coming, and there's a underwater bunker in the Arctic. So I'm just thinking, man, if I even cared about my life, I wouldn't even go there. It's shown that this head honcho guy, Rex, and the villain guy, they have control over a bunch of soldiers who have no fear whatsoever. And I just am fearful of those soldiers with no fear because they have no concept of morality, which is not good. I'm not a big fan of not knowing you're gonna die, because then it causes you to do a bunch of reckless things, which is not good. So yeah, a bunch of soldiers are battling the Joes. The Joes have to find some sort of way to enter this underground base, but oh, there's some missiles. Oh no, one of the dudes, I like how this guy who's like, yeah, I wanna change positions, I wanna be in a helicopter, he now gets to fly the fastest jet alive. And I'm like, hey, you got to do what you want. And he even chases a missile all the way down to like Washington, D.C. Basically allows the missile to explode in front of him, get all the mites onto his ship, and then it goes up to space. And then it's a nice tension moment where he's like, oh, well, I'm gonna go all the way up to space so no one gets harmed by these these metal-eating mites, as I'm gonna call them. Metal-eating mites, and there's a second. Oh no. Will he survive? And then he talks. And I'm like, yay! He's alive! Also, there's some closure with Rex. Rex is the doctor guy who wants to destroy the entire world. Use these nanomites, these metal-eating mites, for total destruction. So now we are shown that this is a personal thing between Kyle, Anna, Rex. They look cool. There's a bit of fighting. Rex goes down though. Rip Rex. Man, Rex had so much potential, but he's gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna blow up the entire place, get rid of all the Joes. Joes no mo. And of course, all the Joes escape. But then there's a scene of a dude who's like whistling, but he's the president. He's whistling. But there's a very familiar whistle from the beginning of the movie where the bad guy whistles. So it's like, oh, the Joes, they don't know what they got coming. They ain't gonna be Joes no mo. So, you know, this is how the movie ends. There's a lot of character growth with each and every character. Oh no, it's windy. Uh-oh, I'm an action toy. I'm an action figure, I can't move. All right. This just flapped open, so I just had to fix it. There's a lot of character development within these Joes. I get to see a little bit of the humanity of being a G.I. Joe, a government-issued Joe. Man, I'm curious as to why they're called government-issued Joes. I mean, they're government-issued, but are they supposed to be like anonymous? Is that the whole ordeal? You can tell me in the comments below. But I quite enjoyed the explosions. There's so many explosions. There was some special effects. When I say that, I mean some of the elevator shots were a little janky. This is 2009, it's fine. I also like the explosions. The explosions, for a lot of them, felt just fake. It felt like the explosions were a little bit too dark, too much color, not enough light in the explosions. It just felt like, you know, green screen assets, which is fine. There's a lot of explosions. This is the movie you're not supposed to take seriously. Of course, there's the moment where we see Snake Eyes and the other Joes are at the base of the underground base, and in order to go across this hallway with a bunch of sensors, Snake Eyes has to balance on his tips of his fingers in order to cross the hallway. And I'm like, that is insane. Snake Eyes, you're so cool. Also, Snake Eyes defeats this white costume guy. He killed his master. The white suit guy killed Snake Eyes' master, and they were trained under the same master. So this is a rivalry starting from when they were very young, and it was very big, fun, action. Go boom, boom, boom. I can't really twist my body because I'm an action figure toy. But if I were to emulate some of the kung fu action, I'd go like. This is me doing kung fu. So yeah, the color was nice. There's a lot of fun colors. I enjoyed it. I would definitely give this movie a solid 6.4. This is a movie you're not supposed to take seriously. There are some things that I question / I obviously see, oh, this didn't age very well. I can see why in 2009 I didn't hear about this movie, because this is just a very explosive movie. There's some plot and some human development. But honestly, back in 2009, I was watching things like it was the shadow boxing movie. Man, what was that called? Yeah, I was watching that with a lot of Dr. Peppers. That's what I remember from that movie. So yeah, it was a lot of explosions, very fun. If you liked this review, please tell me what you think about the review in the comments below. The ultimate goal of this channel is for me to become an expert movie reviewer, so if I haven't reviewed it on the channel, there's a chance I haven't even seen it at all. If you'd like to request a movie in the comments below, you can do that, or you can fast track a movie request. Patreon.com/ASEPresents for $20 a month for one movie review per 1 month. Or $3 a month for 250 vlogs, and 151 how to draw a Pokemon will be posted there first. So you can go to patreon.com/ASEPresents, and if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all these daily movie reviews, you can go to my Linktree, my Fansly, my main site. You can follow for free there. It really helps the daily grindiness of all these daily movie reviews. So you can go there, and until next time, I'm Mint Salad Saw. I'll see you later by salad croutons and bacon bits.